Many people in Western societies especially have this impression that they know literally everything. But at a surface level, it's in a way similar to that. But when you dive them deeper than that, they start having no sense of what they're saying. But unfortunately, in most cases, they will keep talking that because people invent all sorts of things to support their beliefs. That's how lies always exist. When it comes to healing, you will hear so many people presenting you their points, ideas, and especially webinars, seminars, masterminds, whatever they call them, about how to heal your karma and the such. Now, out of my own introspection, I will tell you this shortly. If you want to know, the truth about healing is there is no such thing as healing. Because in this lifetime, all the pains that you have, they are self-created. As Albert Einstein says, this whole world is nothing else but an illusion, albeit a very convincing one. Your pains are also created by you. Some people are telling you certain things, and because you are bound, or let's say programmed, to accept meaning, you're gonna identify with that meaning, and you're gonna carry all that suffering. Someone will call you when you are young stupid, or useless, or whatever, and you're gonna identify with that. You're gonna feel bad, and that's how the intellect works, right? The intellect functions simply. Whatever you believe in, it will support fanatically. So that is why in your life, nothing else will have any more importance than the fact that you suck. That is why so many people end up embracing that as their comfort zone. And when they embrace pain as their comfort zone, they will fully invest into that, because that's how the intellect works. It is the main principle of manipulation as I see it. Because if you teach people hopelessness from the beginning, many of them will become lost causes. They will simply not be able to transcend that. Because once people invest so much into pain, they want to run away from the pain, but that is their comfort zone. They can't leave that because they're afraid of what may be outside. So the one that can shake them away from that is only an authentic being who knows how to live their life and how to be balanced without wanting to show themselves as balanced, right, for the attention. They are balanced because that is how they feel best. We came here to be blissful, not embrace pain. But you can't rule people if they are blissful, right? So you have to teach people hopelessness. So the point about healing is that if there is no such thing as pain, because the pain that you are creating is your creation, simply embrace more healthy habits. Simply start embracing what you are and who you are. Because look at the worst thing possible. If you are entirely trash, or you believe you are, because if you believe you are something, you technically are. Not because you are in the real reality, but you know, if you have a belief about something, it simply becomes so true to you. That is the power of the mind. If you believe you are good, well, you can't simply take it out of your mind, right? And that's usually how narcissists go. They're not necessarily good, but in their minds they are. Same with the other types of people. Those who believe that they suck utterly, or just that they suck, the point is, the mind has such a power, thanks to the intellect. If you believe in something, it becomes so convincing, it's hard for you to simply transcend. So if you can't transcend it, you will identify with it. That is why so many people identify with the job they have, with the talents they have, with their name, with their whatever, right? Because it's hopelessness. You can't be something else because you've done school, you've done all of these things that this society, this sick society, has been programming you to accept, and well, it's hard to move away from them in many situations because it's outside the comfort zone, right? But the comfort zone is technically nothing else than a prison. So the point about healing is, what is it to heal when it's just you that needs to, transcend the pain? Sure, there can be all sorts of chaotic people, right? Damaged goods that will impose all sorts of things and will make you feel pains. But the point is, that's what they know best, that's what they can do best, and that's the way they will control you. He who angers you controls you, right? So, the point is, moving away from unhealthy people is another way of ensuring that healing occurs. Because you're not healing yourself. The body is healing itself. Karma from you is simply dissipating. So the point is, there is a natural aspect that simply happens. Through certain types of sadhana and, well, meditation, you can simply enhance this process a lot. But the point is, healing anyways occurs. That is why confusion may suddenly appear. Because confusion means that something within you that you apparently thought that it apparently supports you, well, that thing kind of failed. And, well, it's no longer supporting you. It's no longer compatible with you. So, confusion is a kind of healing. But people simply do not understand it necessarily like this. So what is it to heal other than your own inability to understand your emotions, to take into account your emotions? Because if you're staying alongside people who don't represent you, people who don't like you, well, you'll always be suffering, because ultimately you'll always be suffering, right? They will be giving you a certain sense of energy, and the more you absorb of it, you're gonna lower your vibration, so you're gonna think in lower vibrations, and that usually tends towards victimization. You end up believing that you are a victim of circumstance instead of a victim of your own ignorance, because ignorance means not assuming any responsibility in your own life, right? So there is no such thing as healing. Even when you heal someone else, you're not actually healing them. You're acting as a catalyst for their healing process, because all physical bodies heal themselves naturally. But the point is, well, if you stay closer to someone and you're higher vibrational and you're, truly authentic, those people who are lower vibrational will be automatically drawn towards you. Well, some will want to vampirize upon you, but since everything in this world is an exchange of energy, well, vampirism is another type of, well, energy exchange. It's just that it's not beneficial to both. It's beneficial to one and detrimental to the other. So all this being said, healing is nothing else than something that you can become a catalyst of, be it your own healing or someone else's healing. So don't take into account what most people say, because most people don't have any idea what they're talking about. But you know how the mind works. If you truly need something and someone tells you something that sounds isn't it doesn't have to necessarily be so, but it may sound like a solution for you, you will simply almost instantly follow them without any necessity for proof, because you instantly have the illusion that they will be your saviors. That's how so many people make money out of the other people, because the worst thing, egotistical people can face is someone who is genuine through introspection. Because egotistical people can also be genuine, because if egotism is the only thing that they know, well, technically they are authentic, and practically they are authentic, because that's the only thing they know. As long as they don't transcend that, that is their level. So you have to see them for what they truly are. You're most likely the one who's not authentic, because you're most likely wanting to change them, to show them that there is a better way. You don't show that to people by wanting to change them. You just change you who you are, and you act as a beacon of understanding for the others, right? Because if people can see you as someone who lives a better life, they will strive sooner or later to simply, well, follow your example. Because there is an impulse within us, there is an impulse within life, that life always wants to grasp something better, right? This is what we can actually call healing. Because life and its circumstances can throw you in all sorts of let's call them negative situations, but they're negative just because they don't do us well. They're just situations, but due to the duality of our perception, we will perceive it as negative because it doesn't suit us. We don't like it, right? Everything that comes through the perception of this body, you either like it or you simply don't, right? When you are wiser, when you don't simply act, or better said, react, right? When you don't allow your impulses to take the best of you, you can take a more neutral approach. Because the first impulse when you see something is you either like it or you either don't. So that is what healing is. Healing is understanding how your physical body works, so that you can always be the amplifier of your healing. not a dampener, not someone who simply inhibits that healing. So all this being said, you are appreciated. Take care. Ferenjan Board signing out.